All right, let's get right into it. You know, a lot of us are using AI for little chats and maybe summarizing articles. But there's a handful of people out there who are quietly running their entire businesses with it. And while they do that, they're focused on the big picture. So today, we're going to break down their playbook and show you how to stop just using AI and start directing it to automate your whole operation.
And this quote kind of says it all, doesn't it? Using something like ChatGPT for basic stuff, that's like splashing around in the kiddie pool. It's fun, sure, but it's not where the real action is. The deep end, the real power, is when you use AI agents to automatically find you leads, send out personalized messages, and even deliver the work for you.
So here's the game plan for today. First, we're going to talk about the most important thing, the mindset shift from being a doer to a director. Then, we'll walk through a super practical 3-step playbook to get your business automated. And finally, we'll talk about the part that matters most, what's left for you, the irreplaceable human, when AI does all the heavy lifting.
Okay, this first idea is absolutely crucial. If you don't get this, none of the other stuff will work. You've got to stop seeing yourself as the person who does all the tasks. From now on, you're the director. Think of the AI agents as your team. Your job isn't to do the work, it's to give them really clear instructions.
This slide just lays it out perfectly. On the left, you've got the doer. This person is always stuck in the middle. They're chatting with an AI, then they're manually copying the response and pasting it somewhere else. It's a total grind. But the director on the right, they stay inside the tool. They build these complete end-to-end automations that just run by themselves. The goal is to set the system up and pretty much never have to touch it again.
So what's the whole point of doing all this? Well, it's to build a system. And that stands for save yourself time, energy, money, and stress. Seriously, AI automation is the best leverage you can possibly have, letting you build these systems that just work for you 24/7.
Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. The playbook. Step 1 is all about getting new leads. So imagine for a second you run a digital marketing agency. Instead of spending your days, your weeks, hunting down clients, what if you could have an AI build a perfect list of prospects for you while you're asleep?
So how do you do it? You just give an AI agent, something like what you'd find in a tool called Manus.im, a simple prompt in plain English. Just look at this example. It's specific, right? It tells the AI who to look for, makes sure they're active, and says exactly what info to grab and how to organize it. No coding, no complicated stuff, just clear directions. And boom, here's the result. A perfectly formatted spreadsheet, just packed with high-quality leads. The AI just went out, did all that tedious research, and brought back exactly what you asked for. That kind of work used to take days. Maybe you'd have to hire someone. Now, it just happens automatically. So, you've got your list. Awesome. But this is where most people mess up. They send out those generic copy-paste emails that everyone, including you, immediately ignores. The next step is to use that same AI to turn that cold list into actual warm conversations by being super personal. So, we're still in the same tool, right? We just give the AI its next mission. We tell it, hey, act like a sales pro and use that research you just did to write a unique email for every single brand on this list. And here's the killer detail. Reference their recent social media posts. That's the secret sauce that makes it feel real. And here is the magic. The AI starts cranking out these emails that are just so relevant. The subject lines are custom. The first sentence mentions something that company actually did. This isn't spam anymore. This is personalized outreach at a massive scale. And let me tell you, it makes your response rates go through the roof. But wait, it gets even better. The automation doesn't have to stop there. We can tell the AI to watch our inbox for us and only bother us when someone replies and they're actually interested. Think about that. No more sifting through no thank yous or out-of-office replies. You only step in when a lead is warm and ready to talk. The whole workflow from start to finish is automated.
All right, so your AI has found leads, it started conversations. What's next? The final step, automating the actual work. You can use AI not just to find clients, but to do the very thing they're paying you for. Analyzing their data, digging up insights, and building the reports that show them how smart you are. So let's say you booked that meeting with that health company, AG1. Before you even get on the call, you can give your AI this prompt. You're basically telling it to do a deep dive analysis of their entire online world. I mean, this is the kind of research that would take a human analyst weeks to pull off. The AI can get you the raw insights in minutes.
But, a bunch of raw data isn't that impressive.
The next step is all about presentation. So instead of just getting a list of facts, you tell the AI to wrap all those insights into a slick, professional presentation. And here's the genius move. You tell it to go to AG1's website, grab their branding, their colors, logos, everything, and make the presentation look like it came from their own team.
And this is what you get: a clean, polished, super valuable report that is perfectly on brand for the client. You've just delivered a massive amount of value before they've even signed a check, and almost all of it was done by your AI agent. Which brings up a really big question.
So let's think about this. If you set all this up, automating leads, outreach, even the delivery, what's actually left for you to do? This is maybe the most important question of all. It's where we stop talking about the how of AI and start talking about the what's next for us. When AI takes over all the repetitive stuff, your real value comes down to three things that only a human can do. First is taste. That's your ability to know what good actually looks like. An AI can give you 100 designs, but you need the taste to pick the brilliant one. That taste feeds your vision, seeing a future that doesn't exist yet and pointing the AI in that direction. And finally, and maybe most importantly, is care, that real human-to-human connection that builds trust.
It really boils down to this idea. As technology handles more and more of the process, business stops being about B2B, business to business. It becomes H to H, human to human. Your ability to connect with people, to understand them, to show them you genuinely care, that becomes your single biggest advantage.
So how do you work on these skills? Well, you build taste by obsessively studying the best of the best in your industry. You build vision by constantly researching what's next and talking to smart people. And you build care by just being genuinely curious about other human beings. AI automation gives you the time back to focus on becoming truly great at these things.
So, we're going to end with this one question. After seeing all this, after seeing just how powerful and accessible this technology is, what are you pretending not to know? The tech is here. You don't need to learn to code. Its programming language is just plain English. The only thing left is to take that step, to move from being the doer to becoming the director, so you can finally focus on the work that really truly matters.